Hello and welcome back to Coffee Infused Crypto. On today's episode, we're gonna discuss one and only one subject. Where will the bottom be for Bitcoin on this short-term down move or downtrend? So we're gonna keep it simple, keep it straight, and utilize only one chart. This would be it. Bitcoin on the daily with two moving averages. So that will be the 50 and the 100, 50 being in blue and 100 being in orange. And we're going to pinpoint exactly where the bottom would be. So we're going to utilize as well three supports, extra layers of supports. That will be this red line, which is the 200 weekly moving average. This orange support, the red support, would be at 26,000. Currently is at 26,000. Yeah, around 26,000. The orange one would be the swing high from this move here, which is at 25,233, and the white line and the white support is 24,654, which is the weekly swing high of this move around this area. So those three supports that we are having alongside with this parallel channel. So before we start, I just want to address one thing. Any person you see, whether it was on a social media or someone who, I don't know, experts, everyone's expert out there. So any person telling you to short Bitcoin or sell Bitcoin at this point, stay away from them. Never talk to them in your life. I mean, that would be either one of two. Either those people don't know what they're talking about, or they're trying to sabotage you. That's as simple as it gets. So if you don't know what to do at the current stage or current state, if you're not precise or indefinite of what actions to take, you don't do anything. You don't sell, you don't buy, but definitely you don't sell. You don't long, but definitely you don't short. So anyone telling you to sell your Bitcoin or short your Bitcoin or at this current stage, stay away from those people. Do yourself a favor, stay away from those people, and we're gonna explain why. So grab your cups of coffee, let's subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and of course, if you feel like you want to, leave me a comment in the comment section below. I always read those. So where is the bottom on this move for Bitcoin? Where is the actual bottom? Well, we have this parallel channel back from our lows, right? And we've been monitoring this alongside many charts, but we're gonna just discuss this one. This would be the low. This support of this parallel channel would be the low, obviously. But why? And that's not everything, but why? And we're gonna go in depth. First of all, I want you to notice the 100-day moving average, right? So this is the orange moving average around this area. And this was one incident where we wicked to it right around this area, right? 10th of March, okay? We rebounded off of it, wicked down of our support. And that's why we have a couple of layers below our parallel channel. The charts are not perfect. They're not intended to be perfect. Human emotions are not perfect. So yeah, sometimes you will wick above or below any zone that we are looking at, but that we call a fake out. So the 100-day moving average supported us, right? And currently is aligning by the 200-week moving average. So that's a double support. So this is the first observation, right? So we are at a support zone on a weekly level, on a daily level, and we are at the bottom of our ascending parallel channel. Three things, major and crucial and very important to keep an eye on. Last time we hit the 100-day around this area, look at this wick here. If you notice this candle here, this wick here, so definitely that's where we touched the 100-day moving average. So it's like fire, right? So we touch it, we just buying pressure comes in and push to the upside, but that's not everything. We touched it here 2 days and then boom to the upside. We crossed it at around this area and then boom to the upside. So something to add is the fear and greed index currently. So alongside or on top of that, we have been resetted. We have resetted the fear and greed coming from last month of a greed of 69 level. Nice. So that will be If today we're at the 17th, we're at the 17th of May, and last month on the 17th is this green candle here. So we were at 69 metric on the fear and greed at this area, and guess where we were? On the top of our parallel channel. So we did manage to reset it to neutral by just sliding down towards the lower part of our parallel channel. Another thing to take note of. So we're at 50 currently, neutral. Even if we dipped lower, maybe in a couple of days on the edge of this parallel channel, which would be around, like, the moving average is currently at 26,293, 300, and the 200 weekly moving average is at 26,000 sharp. So 26,000 area is an area to definitely look for and definitely anticipate. Okay, but what else? So to add to this some layers of complexity and to just monitor what happened earlier based on the 100-day moving average, RSI, and our parallel channel. So notice this point here on the RSI. Let's compare this point here on the RSI. When we dipped below the 30, went into oversold territories, right? Where was at this point here, which if we do a support zone, you notice that that was the bottom of this move, and that was at 15,596. By the way, guys, we've bought Bitcoin at $15,700 on average. Have you? So yeah, I mean, people were screaming, right? 9K here, right? 9K, 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 we're going 9K. I mean, yeah, we did a good job on assessing the markets, and we did have a decent run with our Bitcoins, which are not for sale for sure. So that was the oversold territory on the daily. On the RSI, we wicked below it, and that was all good and dandy. And then we started this run, crossed the moving average on the RSI here, you know, and moved across the 50. Of course, fluctuated sideways action here from this area to this area, and topped around this area on the RSI. And that caused the move of a total move till the top of the RSI was a 36%, and then to the top of the price action was a 52% move to the upside. But we knew beforehand that RSI did a high here and then started doing lower highs and lower highs, so the price was printing higher highs while the RSI was getting weaker, and that is a divergence. And of course the price action followed, and the RSI started selling off until at this point here on the second occasion we did hit oversold territories on the daily on the RSI, and that was where? Exactly at the bottom here, where we touched the 100-day moving average, oversold on the RSI, and at the bottom dipped slightly below our bottom of our parallel channel. So what did we do from here? As soon as we dipped into oversold, 100-day moving average, bottom of a channel, we actually had a move, and that was a 47% here on the top of the RSI, if you notice. And then if we push forward, we had a double top type of RSI thing, and that was a 56% move to the upside. And then RSI topped, overbought territories. So here we were overbought territories, here we were overbought territories, and then starting to create those lower lows, lower highs technically, and moving to the downside. So right here we have our lower highs, lower lows as well, and moving towards the downside and approaching, we're currently not right at it, the oversold territory. So we still have some room to go, and that's why we still have some layers if we have to do something like this. But as soon as the RSI on the daily touches, and this is based on recent history, go into oversold level, then we are reset on the RSI. We definitely have at any point from this below 30 level on the RSI, we definitely have more room to move to the upside rather than to the downside. So any logical person with a proper risk to reward assessment on a relatively macro level, which is not so macro in this case, this is the daily, should know well not to advise you on selling any Bitcoin or shorting any Bitcoin, right? Because it's a probability and risk to reward assessment with a slight opportunity or window of looking like a little bit farther than your short nose. That's why we look a bit on the slightly longer time frames. So exactly why people who would tell you such a hideous thing and such a scammy advice to call the least are doing you a big, big harm, definitely causing you some big harm. By the way, those people most probably are the same ones who advised you that we're gonna hit 9k Bitcoin here. So right, I mean the bears are always gonna be bears, and they prevented you from buying all the Bitcoin that you can accumulate and do a beautiful, how much is that back from the lows till the top here, ride a 98% move. Because yeah, most probably days like we're going 9k and you can thank me later, right? So yeah, thank them, go and thank those people now and stop listening to them. I mean, we have the indicators on our side. They are hinting that risk to reward, yeah, we might go to zero. Everything is possible in the chart. I'm not saying that we're indefinitely going up from here, but what I'm saying is if you're not sold on the metrics and the oscillators and the charts, and you don't trust your analysis and charting, just don't do anything. Don't contribute in, or don't sell, and definitely don't short. Don't buy, but don't sell, neither short. So if we want to move still a couple of days to the downside to touch the oversold territory, definitely the price would be reflected here and can be translated in either sideways movement or a slightly tip to the downside. And even if we hit this swing high from this, we're still okay. We're okay to dip below this parallel channel. That doesn't mean or doesn't change anything. So if we want to move from this low to, by the way, something to take note, by the way, this low here, if you go from here and let me do this, see this low here, this is low. The second low was what? A higher low. So if you notice, something to add as well. And the third low would be something as a higher low from here as well. So I wouldn't expect a deeper low than this one on this move. But again, what do I know? Let's wait and see. So as long as we tip into here, would be good to go on, the reset movement and then breaking this slope to the upside again where we move. But where would we move to once we do that? So on average, we had the first move of 52% to the top of the price action. On the second move, a 56% to the top of this price action. So let's just remove magnet. Let's take around 50%, right? Let's be like less than both and take a number less than both. And let's grab this and let's say we revisited the 200, or maybe let's do something better. We visited the orange swing high, which is lower than the 200 moving average. So yeah, we did manage to break the 100, the 200, which I kind of doubt at this current stage. But I mean, we can go for 15 minutes, for 4 hours, for 1 hour below them. But I'm curious to see how would the day end, where would the daily candle close, and where would the weekly candle close. But yeah, so let's say we went all the way down to the 25,000 area, 25,200, and we discussed how important is that level in yesterday's video. Go back and watch it. I'm gonna link it in the top right corner. So that would be a 50% move after we go to this low. Or okay, after we do reset on our RSIs, and that would be around $38,000, which would be aligning by the stop of our parallel channel. So all that we have been doing so far, which we never broke so far, which is an uptrend so far, is a parallel uptrend channel. Until we break it and start losing, there's absolutely no need to shift any model on your chart. Every time we get to the lower part of this channel, You need to get overexcited, over bullish. Every time we get to the higher part of this channel, you need to be cautious and slightly bearish. That's it. Until one of two breaks. And then we start reassessing the new zones. There's no right or wrong in charting. It's all about probabilities. Will this break currently and starts around this area and start trending to the downside? Most probably not, but maybe yes, probably yes. Okay, but so far we don't have any indicators telling us that we will. On the contrary, we have a lot of reasons to think that this stage will hold. But will it 100% hold? No. But will I go against it? No. I would just wait if I'm indecisive and I don't want to take actions at the current stage. I would wait and assess, and then and then reassess and then take actions after the move finishes. But so far, for me at least, this would be the lowest we can get in this area. This zone here, this zone would be the lowest, and that would be between 26,300. Yeah, let's say the 26,000 to nothing less than 25,300, something, a number that we've always mentioned, 25,300, 26. Those numbers we are always repeating. So keep an eye on those guys. I mean, so far so good. Those are the levels. This would be the level to the upside after definitely our RSI resets, after we touch oversold levels and all that good stuff. I hope this was helpful in any ways. I hope you could, have a different perspective to whatever you were thinking, and this insight helped you make better decisions in your future moves. So that's everything for today. As always, I will definitely see you tomorrow. Stay safe until then, stay crypto, and this is the time when every dip is a discounted purchase. Never forget that. I'll keep on repeating this till the end of the year. So stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.